Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light. Last episode we were continuing this world of chaos, that conglomeration nonsense that we're currently traversing.
So basically we're still lost.
Yeah. In the last episode we kind of was presented this one last challenge where it asked us and said, who led the army that led to the Subspace War, which is actually an Easter egg for Brawl. If you played Brawl Subspace Emissary,
it was the main story of the game. Yeah.
So you probably do know that, but I think this has a trick question because it asks who did it, and there's two possible answers here. One of them being Ancient Minister, which is the villain of the beginning part of the game, and then there's Taboo, which is the final boss of Subspace.
So, do you think any answer of those two answers would work?
I think that if you chose any one of those two, I think it's counted correct. So I think you would have been okay. But we went with Taboo because, well, Taboo...
We know who he is.
Yeah, Taboo's kind of a favorite Smash character. You know, and he was hard, really hard. And it's Bayonetta, which makes sense, because Bayonetta's the whole theme is butterfly, Madonna butterfly. Did I say Madonna? I meant Madama butterfly. Madonna. I mean, she kind of looks like Madonna when you really think about it. But, she's metal, and she's kind of, large, too, so it was actually kind of an easy fight. I'm gonna be honest. Even though
especially
it was a legend.
with Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser and his super armor kind of helped out here. But yeah, I think if you do answer this one correctly, I think it just leads you to the boss of the area. But as you can probably tell by the length of this video, we're not going to be taking on the boss till the very end of the video. So we have a couple other things we need to take care of. Yeah, the boss is right here. You clear this guy out, then you clear out the whole entire map. Kind of like any other dungeon. But I saw it, and just being our first playthrough of the game, I saw that, I was like, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. Because I was, at the time, you know, this was not a spoiler.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah. At the time when Smash came out, almost, is it 3 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Almost 3 years ago. I didn't know the boss was there. We'll get to who that boss is earlier. And if you kind of saw the silhouette earlier, and I'm sure most of you guys who have played this already know who I'm talking about, and those who haven't played it, they probably saw it and they're like, oh, I know who that is. I was really happy when I found out who that was, because he's one of my favorite villains. But we're going to be fighting Prophet, which is a character from Bayonetta. I think it came from Bayonetta 2? Not too sure. I haven't played Bayonetta 2.
I've never played any Bayonetta game, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I played the first one, and I beat the first one, but that's as far as I got. I didn't play the second one. I need to sit down and play the second one, especially now, your time of this recording. Bayonetta 3 got shown off on Nintendo Direct just a couple days ago, so I kind of know that it kind of dates this video. I mean, this is old footage anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're going to remember the actual conversations we had during these, so.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of easy. I think you were Toon Link during that.
Yeah. I like playing this Toon Link.
I like playing as Toon Link too, because Toon Link is kind of like how traditional Link used to play, kind of. I know Young Link is kind of the same way, but Toon Link's a lot lighter. Ancient Minister. Yeah, this is the other one that you could have answered. I think you would have gotten the answer right.
Like, back in Brawl, when I first played the story mode, I was like, who are these characters? Because I only knew so many Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
Besides, like, some third-party characters as well, such as Snake, obviously.
Yeah.
And when it was revealed who he actually was, I was just like, oh my god. Really?
And if you couldn't tell who the character is, whose mystery identity is spoiler for Brawl, for Brawl's story mode, it's Rob.
The original Rob.
This Rob. Not the green colored Rob, the original Rob. Because their whole, and the thing that really bothers me about this is their whole shtick is they go and get the explosive items and blow up. Because that's what the Robs did in the story mode, is they made the big subspace bombs, and then they activated it by grabbing it and pulling it apart, and then just causing some giant explosion, causing subspace black
I mean,
hole.
like the very first cutscene in the game, you see them doing that to the stadium, so it's just like, oh my lord.
And it's so sad because Ancient Minister was upset with Ganondorf because he's like, I'm not gonna let my friends die because that, I'm the only Rob, and these are all my Rob friends. And so he was stopping them from sacrificing themselves or blowing up. I think that this spirit battles is kind of morbid when you really think about it, because it's like, oh, we're gonna go blow up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's a couple of things in here that I kind of question. Like, one spirit in particular that really bothers me. The way they handled it. I know why they did, just because of plot reasons, but... Oh, before I get onto that story. Master Giant. Master Giant was, kind of the boss of Smash 4, Classic campaign. He kind of was replacing, Master Hand and Crazy Hand. Like, after you beat him, you can fight the Master Giant. Master Giant had, like, 3 forms. He had a beast form, he had a sword form, he had a giant form, and then if you played on, like, you're on, like, difficulty 9.9, you had to go and venture into the Master Fortress. And that was really tough. I remember when I was doing my Let's Play of that game years ago, trying to get with my skills at Smash Brothers, trying to get footage of that was really freaking difficult. But going on my story, one spirit battle that kind of bothers me, just by the context of it, is, do you remember Paz from Metal Gear Solid? Paz, or I think it's Paz. That's right. Paz. Do you remember there's her spirit battle?
Yeah.
These explosives?
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened in Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes... Yeah.
Yeah. That bothers me that they reference that spirit battle. That's kind of mean.
You have to, like, think of it this way. Sakurai gets all the characters done right. Besides, like, the movesets and stuff like that. He gets their backstories done right. And that's her backstory. So,
yeah,
he's got to include it.
I know, but when you really think about it, it's just like, oh gosh, you referenced that of all things. Oh, oh lordy. Anyways, yeah, Master Fortress in Smash 4 was really freaking difficult to do. I remember that. I don't play Smash 4, obviously, anymore because, well, this game exists, but, that's actually one thing I really do think that... I know Smash 4 had its fair share of problems. Nowadays, people look back at it and kind of think it's like the quote-unquote essence worst Smash game. But it did...
people thought about Brawl when it came out, so...
Yeah, unfortunately. But, like...
Our Dark Matter, by the way.
Yeah, Dark Matter. It's Kirby villain. Very, like, an Eldritch God Kirby villain. This is where the whole idea of Kirby being a cosmic level threat became a reality, because Kirby just takes on Eldritch Gods and eats them for breakfast and then goes promptly to sleep like 5 minutes later.
I mean, he eats anything, so...
Yeah. But yeah, I know the Smash 4 is kind of panned nowadays because, like I said, this game kind of just flat out overshadowed it by tenfold. And not only that, it kind of had really bad modes, and some like game mechanics, like I know Bayonetta not being nerfed really killed it too when the Smash 4 DLC ended, because Bayonetta was too OP to the point where she was broken like Meta Knight in Brawl. You remember Meta Knight was broken in Brawl, right?
Oh yeah, like he was top tier because of that.
Bayonetta is the same way because she has a combo that you can't, once you're in it, you can't get out of it, and it automatically kills you, and it's kind of bad. But yeah, I know.
Well, they fixed her in this game.
Yeah, they nerfed her so much in this game. I know that Smash 4 had, but I will say those challenges and having event mode, like a traditional event mode, like in the previous Smash games, was fun. I liked fighting Master Fortress. Crazy orders and Master orders were really fun. I didn't care for Smash Tour at all. I thought that was the stupidest, dumbest mode.
Was that like the board game?
Yeah, it was kind of like supposed to be like Mario Party with
I didn't
Smash.
play Smash 4, so...
Yeah, it was just bad. You played it a little bit with me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when we recorded it, but like on my own, I never played it.
Yeah. I just wish that Smash Run from the 3DS got ported over, but oh well. Smash 3DS was very underappreciated Smash Brothers game. Anyways, we're fighting Medusa. Medusa's kind of one of the main villains of the Kid Icarus series. She's kind of like the opposite of Palutena. And if you know your Greek mythology, Medusa is also the goddess that, or the demon, sorry, I shouldn't say goddess, the demon that has snake hair, that if you stare at her face too long with the snakes will turn you to stone.
Yeah.
So.
Wasn't she also in Castlevania at some point?
Yeah, she's a recurring boss on the Castlevania series. At least in the first Castlevania game, Medusa was the second boss in the first one. Medusa heads are common enemies in that game, and oh my gosh, I hate Medusa heads with a burning passion. Because they go on an irregular flight pattern that just overwhelms the screen, and you can't really do anything about it. But yeah, Medusa's whole gimmick is that she's really big. She's large. And that's kind of one thing about her ability. You'll see it right now. It says can be enhanced to level 99. This is Medusa from the original Kid Icarus. And the one that gets evolved later, we'll be seeing, definitely be seeing soon, is the Uprising version of Medusa.
The scarier version.
Yeah, kind of the scarier version of it. And I'll be honest with you, this spirit right here, this is the spirit that carries us the rest of the game. And you'll understand why once we upgrade it. Oh my gosh, its ability is kind of broken.
If we can get to it.
At least in my opinion. But I noticed that there was a couple things back here. I'm trying to double check everything. Because like I said, this is our first time going through this map. And this map's chaotic. If you couldn't tell, this map is flat out chaotic.
And this is only part 1 of the map.
Yeah. And we missed this area right here. It says, who of these spirits can Kirby not inhale? Waddle Doo? Whispy Woods? Bugsby? Mr. Frosty? Or Scarfy?
Woods.
There's actually 2 answers here. I think that this is another one of those 2 answers. One, Scarfy you can't inhale in Kirby games. Scarfy, if you tried inhaling, he turns into a demon.
Yeah.
And he tries attacking you. All these other ones you can suck up, except Whispy Woods.
I mean, he's a tree of all things.
He's a boss, too. You can't really just suck up a boss, and it wouldn't be that easy, right? But I didn't know that when we were first playing. Didn't know this. We were like, uh-oh, this is kind of a weird situation. I don't know which one's the right one. And I think we go with Whispy Woods, if I remember correctly.
I mean, he's the safe choice at this point.
Yeah, but I know Scarfy, you can inhale him, because if you try to, he turns into the demon Scarfy.
He gets mad.
Yeah, he gets mad and attacks you and blows up. Look at him, though. He's so cute when he's in that form. But if you try to suck him up, he turns into a demon. He's like,
he gets mad. I mean, wouldn't you be like, you're gonna try to eat me? I don't think so. I'm gonna attack you for that.
I think we are gonna try Scarfy, but I think Whispy was also an answer too.
I hate the double button presses I do sometimes on these games. Just like go down controller, no, down controller, down.
We got Meta Knight. We're gonna be playing as Meta Knight here because why not, right?
I mean, gotta play the best Brawl character, right?
The one that introduced double S tier.
Because nobody thought that was a thing.
And unfortunately, like competitive Brawl got to the point where you would only just see Meta Knight fights. You wouldn't see any other characters being used. It would just be Meta Knight because everybody's like, well, he's the best character, gotta use him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scarfy is enhanceable to level 99, and you could, like I said before, you could probably guess who that level 99 enhances. Yeah, that was a correct answer. And led to a treasure chest down there.
Up there.
Up there. Did I say down there?
Yeah.
Mr. Frosty.
He's cute.
Mr. Frosty's a mini boss, but Whispy Woods is just a flat up boss. He's usually the first boss in Kirby games.
I mean, what did Whispy ever do to us? That we just straight up attack him every time?
I always wondered, was like, yeah, what did Whispy do? He's just a tree. He's just in the ground, and then Kirby right back at you telling me about other things. Like, yeah, Whispy was in the anime was just minding his own business, his own whole force, and then King Dedede started chopping down all his friends. Whispy got mad and started cursing everybody in Dreamland. Kirby had to go and stop him.
Well, that would make sense.
Well, it was all King Dedede's fault because King Dedede was chopping down Whispy's friends.
Meta Knight's kind of hard to control when you think about it.
Well, yeah, it also kind of doesn't help that there's a lot of wind. I think the Kirbys represent the apples. I think, yeah, because the apples, during the boss fight with Whispy Woods, in most Kirby games, he drops apples that you can use as ammunition against him. And every Kirby game, they do something, a boss always does something to give you ammunition. So that way, you can always play Kirby games without having power. You can go through the whole game without using copy building. They try to make it so that way that it happens like that, because sometimes you're just gonna have to fight a boss with no power up, and it kind of stinks. It's a long-winded process, but you could do it.
Long-winded?
Long-winded.
I need to actually play more Kirby games. The only 3 Kirby games I've played now is Superstar, Epic Yarn, and Return to Dreamland.
Return to Dreamland. The 3DS Kirby games are some of the best, in my opinion, as of right now.
Planet Robot.
Definitely Planet Robot. Planet Robot's really, really good game. Star Allies is good too. A lot of people don't like Star Allies though because it's short, but it's a Kirby game. I didn't expect a 60-hour adventure. It's I remember back when I was a kid, and one of my first Kirby games I ever got. My first Kirby game was actually Tilt and Tumble on the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color. Sorry. But my first actual true Kirby adventure game was Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland on the Game Boy Advance. And I got it for Christmas that year. I beat it that night. I said, Kirby games are never that long.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We found Mewtwo.
We found Mewtwo. Yeah, but a lot of people were upset, I guess, because Kirby Star Allies is kind of a safe Kirby game because I think it's a fun game myself. It did a lot of stuff and it had a lot of post-release content. I know a lot of people don't like that because they're like, well, you're releasing a game unfinished and just patching it up later. I'm just like, I'd rather do that in a way because then that gives me a chance to come back to the game. Like, I don't know, like, I like the game when games do that because it gives me an excuse to go back and play the game.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're fighting Mewtwo. We're gonna unlock him this time. Mewtwo is actually one of my favorite characters. Well, yeah, he's literally one of my favorite Pokemon. When I was a kid, I always liked Mewtwo a lot because I always thought he was the coolest Pokemon because he was the strongest. When I was a kid, he was the strongest Pokemon. And
well, at least for first gen.
Yeah. And I remember when I played Red version for the first time because it was one of my first video games I ever played was Red version. And I caught Mewtwo, and Mewtwo was always on my team. I used him everything. He could destroy everything. I had him almost, I think, by the time I don't have my old Red version file anymore because, the save battery died a long time ago. But I had Mewtwo, if I remember correctly, really high 80s back then. And I had Blastoise level 100. Mewtwo is actually one of my favorite characters to play as in this game, too, because I just like Mewtwo in general. When I saw him, he was a melee. I was like, oh, so I got it. We got another area here with questions. We missed all these areas here. It says, which spirit fought alongside Alucard to defeat Dracula? Gabriel Belmont? Nathan Graves? Trevor Belmont? Or Kid Dracula? The answer is Trevor Belmont. Yeah. Trevor Belmont is the main character from Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. He's also Simon Belmont's great-grandpa.
He's not the first Belmont to fight Dracula, though.
I think... No, he's not the first Belmont to establish the, the connection between Dracula and the Belmont family. But he is probably the most renowned one.
I mean,
besides
obviously, because they made a series on him.
Yeah, besides Simon. Simon's kind of the second. It's like between Trevor, Simon, and Richter are like the most famous Belmonts out of all of them in the Castlevania series. See, that's why he's a legend tier character.
Well, they made a Netflix series about Trevor, so...
Yeah, the I was actually going to mention that, and you brought that up. Thank you for bringing that up. The Castlevania series show on Netflix is based on Dracula's Curse, which Trevor went to go fight Dracula, and he had the help of Alucard, which is Dracula's son, and Sypha, the mage that casts ice, as well as Grant, which is who is a thief. So, yeah, I like Dracula's Curse. It's just hard. It's a hard NES game. I mean, that's to be expected with most NES games, but my gosh, is it really hard. I think this right here, the spirit battle here, Sheik here is representing Grant, I think. And Palutena is Sypha. And I think we're going to be seeing Simon for Trevor, but Alucard is going to be a sister that shows up, I think.
The only one memorable line I remember of the Castlevania series, because we've only watched season 1, we haven't seen the others yet.
Yeah.
Is the whole thing where they're sitting in the barn or something like that, and they are getting mad at each other playfully, like guys do.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Fuck you, yes, fuck you," or something like that.
No, he said, okay. He said, pardon the cussing, by the way. He said, eat shit and die. No, yeah, fuck you. He said that or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know why. That was the laughable moment.
Yeah, it always made me laugh when I heard that part. Because it's just yeah, that's kind of how guys are.
And they don't, it's weird. You wouldn't think that Alucard and Trevor would like each other.
I mean, they don't, but... Risky Boots. Risky Boots is the main antagonist of the Shantae series.
Okay.
So she's kind of Shantae's, I wouldn't say nemesis, but main antagonist that causes problems for Shantae's.
So she's recognizable.
Yeah, she's one of the two only Shantae spirits in the game, Shantae and then Risky Boots. Risky Boots comes to Shuttletown and just causes problems, and Shantae has to tell her to go away, basically. To make her go away. But, yeah, I need to get back to finishing the Netflix series. There's just so much stuff we've been watching lately.
I know. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't seen in years, or just haven't seen in general that we've been watching.
I can't remember if this year had the last season of Castlevania, or it's already out. I can't remember. I just remember it being kind of the final season of it. Because, well, I mean...
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
By the way, that was quick.
Yeah. You got Risky Boots. She's a pirate. That's why it was on the pirate ship stage. So... Yeah, there's a lot of spirits here that we did that. The other characters that you could choose from in the areas there was... Kid Dracula was from a game called Kid Dracula on, I think, this either the NES or Super Nintendo, I can't remember. Anyways, we're unlocking King K. Rool. About freaking time.
I know.
I was so excited when
Can
we
we
saw
have
this one.
gameplay in the background on this?
I think that's what is playing. But yeah, we're going to be fighting King K. Rool, the big green crocodile Kremling lord himself. So, yeah. We were at this point in the game, I was really excited to get it because I really wanted to play as King K. Rool. Because he was kind of a very big anticipated character for Smash Brothers for the longest time.
Oh, yeah?
I think he was the top. But, I mean, besides, like, Ridley, he was the second most requested character. And, you know,
For
Smash...
bad guys' wife.
Yeah,
Yep, there's the music. I hear it now.
Yeah, you hear it. Smash Brothers did need more villains in it. So, I was completely on board with this choice. And plus, King K. Rool hasn't had any, like, limelight in anything since, like... His last appearance was like Super Mario Sluggers on the Wii, if I'm like.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
But like game appearance, the last game he was in was I think Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong King of Swing on the Game Boy Advance as the main villain, and that was a long time ago. He he was the main villain for the first 3 Donkey Kong games, Donkey Kong Country games.
Yeah.
And he was the main villain of Donkey Kong 64. But every other Donkey Kong game afterwards, he just disappeared. And I think it has something to do with the rights of the Kremlings belonging to Rare, but people say, no, that's not true because Nintendo owns them. I'm like, okay, well why did they get rid of them?
They probably just didn't know where else to use them at this point because,
Yeah.
Rare's gone. They don't make the Donkey Kong Country games anymore, so.
Yeah. But we got King K. Rool. Very excited to be getting the big green crocodile man. And we got 5,000 spirit points.
That's gonna help.
Yeah. Now we gotta go play cleanup in these areas here. Because... Anyways, yeah, Kid Dracula, I think, was from a Super Nintendo game, if I remember correctly. It's either one of the two. It is something we never got in America. It was like a little platformer with a cutesy Dracula. And he actually shows up in the Castlevania stage. The Dracula's castle stage.
Oh, yeah, he does in the background, doesn't he?
Yeah, he shows up as a silhouette in the background.
I forgot about that.
It's kind of a really rare and obtuse game, like obscure game, that you're like, what is this game? Because, like I said, I don't think we've ever gotten it. But the other characters that they showed for this area with the Castlevania question was Gabriel Belmont, which I didn't think they were going to do that because it was from Gabriel Belmont was the main character for Lords of Shadow, which is PS3 and 360 games.
One of my favorite moves for King K. Rool is the belly flop move. I think it's funny. Where he just like gonk on top of somebody using his stomach.
Yeah. I think that like this was our first time playing as King K. Rool, so that's why we're kind of just messing around because we don't know his controls yet. So we were
it's the first time we play him, so.
Yeah.
You're not gonna know a character the very first time you play it.
I remember when this game came out, King K. Rool had a combo that was really bad because he could just stomp you on the ground and just charge up a punch and then bam,
It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that move.
Yeah, I like that move where he just belly flopped on the ground. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times we've been playing online and I've died to that move.
Because I played it as him.
You or Sonic Ghost, one or the other.
PK fire! PK fire! PK fire! Oh, donk.
Use the crown to win.
Yeah, Kid Dracula. Lots of snacks.
That Geno Spirit's getting used a lot.
Yeah. I mean, no shade, but that's all he's going to be used for in this game at this point. So, all right. So we're going to be fighting Gabriel Belmont. Gabriel Belmont is from the Lords of Shadow video game, which is Castlevania Lords of Shadow, which is a game that came out on PS3 and 360 back, I think, in like 2013, I think? 2012, 2013, one of the two. And he is the main character you play as. And that game caused a lot of problems in the community because it kind of was a reboot to the whole series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of a retelling of the Castlevania series in general. It was like they had this whole established lore, and this was just basically a reboot. And they had a sequel, Lords of Shadow 2, as well as the 3DS game, Mirrors of Fate. And spoiler, I don't know if I should say it, but the spoiler, I'm gonna say it's an old game anyways, but the spoiler for this game is Gabriel Belmont becomes Dracula.
Oh.
At the very end of the game. Something happens. I haven't played Lord of Shadow 2, but I've only played Lord of Shadow 1. But he becomes Dracula at the end of the game. And that's what connects them with the Belmonts. And that's not what the story is for Castlevania for the longest time. It all started with a game called Lament of Innocence on PS2. That's where the origin story came from.
Oh, okay.
Nathan Graves is a character from Castlevania Circle of the Moon. My first Castlevania game I ever played in my life. That game was on the Game Boy Advance, and it's...
Hey, you get to play it again on Switch now.
Yeah. It's a very underrated Castlevania game, in my honest opinion. I think it's really fun. The art style is really fun. Dracula's artwork in that game is really crazy. And it's not connected. It's not canon. It's not canon to the Castlevania series whatsoever, because it's its own separate thing. It's a Castlevania game, but its own separate story. As you can tell with Nathan Graves, he's not a Belmont. So that's the thing with him and whatnot. They don't even have the vampire killer. They have something called the Hunter's Whip. And the game itself is cool too because it has a card-based system, and you can use different combinations of these two sets of cards to do different types of effects with your weapon, magic power. And it's a really fun game. Like I said, it's a really underrated Castlevania game. And Amber, you mentioned that the advanced trilogy came out on Switch not too long ago, as well as the other platforms. So if you guys want to try it, yeah, it's there. And
it'd be an easy way to play it now, that's for sure.
And not only that, in this game they remixed the Catacombs stage from that game, and I was really surprised because I thought for the longest time people hated that game. They just didn't want to remember it. But I guess Sakurai and his team liked it enough to make a remix of one of the songs from the game. And there's a lot of characters from Circle of the Moon that are spirits in this game. I really do appreciate all the love that game is getting in Smash. It's really kind of an underrated game, in my opinion. Anyways, we're fighting Bugsy Spirit, which Bugsy is a mini-boss in the Kirby series that if you defeat him, he gives you Fighter Kirby most of the time. He's kind of like a backdrop bug beetle.
Oh, okay.
And Ridley's being the spirit stand-in for him.
I do remember, like, the first time we were fighting Ridley in this game. It scared me, because Ridley's just scary in general to me.
I mean, yeah.
And I don't like fighting him, so every time we, like, see Ridley come up, I just hand you the controller.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, Lord. I remember when later, yeah, Ridley's just kind of scary in general.
He is. I mean, like, I know he's one of the most requested Smash characters of all time, but my gosh, they really did a good job on him.
Yeah.
If he's that scary.
Yeah. Anyways, we're fighting Mr. Frosty. Mr. Frosty's another mini-boss character from
That's also an ice cream parlor.
Yeah, Mr. Frosty. And, yeah. But yeah, we're fighting Mr. Frosty, which, like I said before, he's a mini-boss character from Kirby. He usually gives you Ice Kirby when you beat him. And one thing in particular I remember about this boss from the Kirby games is whenever he would use his attack, he would shake his butt at the screen.
That's pretty funny.
It was kind of funny. When I first played, the first time I saw him was in Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, and when I saw that, I was like, did he shake his butt at me? Kind of reminds me of those Norks in Spiral 1 in the second level where they would just flat out moon you.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. Like, you have to wonder how they get away with that.
It's like 90s humor.
Yeah.
90s humor had a lot of butts in it. That's why, like, shows like, yeah, we beat them pretty easy, didn't
Just
we?
dropped the ball on them. Quite literally.
Quite literally. I mean, 90s humor had a lot of butts in it. Like, that's why shows like Ren and Stimpy and Cow and Chicken reigned supreme. I'm gonna be honest. My dad didn't let me watch Ren and Stimpy growing up,
or probably Cow and Chicken.
Those I could watch Cow and Chicken. I don't think they knew it existed when I was younger.
Okay.
I watched Cow and Chicken, and man, there was a lot of butts in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
90s humor was definitely different. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, 90s humor had a lot of nasty butts, farts, and slime. I just remember the slime being a big thing.
The goo slime, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially like Nickelodeon slime.
Or Nickelodeon guts, yeah.
Yeah. Just like there was just a lot of humor for that. And
I kind of miss it. I want to go back to the 90s.
I guess Rocko's Modern Life was kind of on the verge of that kind of humor too, but at least it was a little bit more safe, cleaner than Cow and Chicken. Like looking back at it, I'm like, how did I watch this show?
I don't know.
I don't know how I watched that show when I was younger. Cause
by the way, we're getting electrocuted here a little bit.
Yeah, we're fighting a Waddle Doo, which is just a Kirby with a scope. Because Waddle Doo's ability is he shoots a beam at you. Just a regular like energy beam at you. And that's where Kirby gets being Kirby from. When he sucks up Waddle Doo.
Kirby's transformations are really cute. I think all of them are pretty cute. I don't know which one would be my favorite because there's so many.
You like Sleep Kirby?
Yeah, but why? Especially in the games, why?
There's a joke power up.
I don't know, like maybe Sword Kirby would be my favorite because I just like how he looks like Link.
Yeah, the Link hat on.
Yeah.
Sword Kirby, Fire Kirby, Ice Kirby, Tornado Kirby. I like Yo-Yo Kirby. Later games introduced water.
You couldn't see the death. The tree covered it up. It was too violent.
Yeah. I like Mirror Kirby. I like Beam Kirby's cool. What other Kirby's are there? There's a bunch of them. Cutter Kirby, which gave the boomerang cutting edge kind of sword thingy.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've cleared out most of this map. I will tell you, I think, and we have to go back at the beginning of the next episode. I think we missed one thing, but like I said, this whole map is a chaotic mess, if you couldn't tell from the looks of it.
I mean, it's definitely no World of Light, that's for sure.
Yeah. Actually, now I'm just remembering it, we did forget something. And we're getting to it right now. But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we missed. And, honest to gosh, like, just looking at this, I'm like, how did we ever go back and find this stuff?
I don't know. This world is too big.
This world is too big. That's why it took us three full 50-plus minute videos to just clear out this dungeon. It's ridiculous.
And we're not even done.
Yeah. Like, I remember the night when we were recording this, we were just like...
We were tired.
We literally went to bed after this. Because it was like 3-hour recording session. I was like, oh my gosh. How did we do this? And then again, me being very, very, like, antsy about everything. Trying to make sure I got everything. I know I was driving you nuts with that.
Yeah, because I was like, we can come back. Let's just move on for now. We can come back.
I don't know what was over me during that time. Yeah, here's the other one. This is the thing we missed. We missed this. Which spirit usually sells furniture?
That's an odd question.
Yeah. Red. Or, this guy. I don't know where this guy came from. Trade and Battle Card Hero series. I don't even know what that game is.
I don't know.
And Red. Red is a character from Animal Crossing. He sells the artwork. And at this point, like I said, I didn't know who the other character was, and I'm just like, well, technically, if you want to be honest, like,
Either
I guess,
one of them could be.
I was like, I guess Red could be. I mean, his artwork could be considered furniture. But I think I was just saying, no, he just sells artwork. We're gonna fight this guy. I think this was the right answer. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I don't think there is anything, like, if you get it wrong, I don't think there's any punishment for it. You just gotta go and fight the other one.
Yeah, you just have to go find it. You just don't get to advance yet.
Yeah. You just end up having to fight both of them, is all.
Yeah.
Which, it wouldn't have mattered if we got it wrong, because we fight them all anyway.
Yeah, we're fighting all the spirits anyways, just to clear out the board. We're gonna fight this character's Mewtwo, because we just unlocked Mewtwo and we haven't used them yet.
We used a lot of King K. Rool and a lot of
Meta Knight.
Not Meta Knight. The other one we just unlocked before that.
We unlocked Wolf in this map. Got Guile. Guile's theme goes with everything. Flash kick. And Mother Brain.
That's a combination to have.
Guile from Street Fighter fight alongside Mother Brain from the Metroid series, fighting Mario in the Mario Maker stage while fighting Mewtwo. Only in Smash Brothers, right?
What kind of drugs are you on?
Yeah, what kind of drugs are you on, buddy? I think this was the right answer. Pretty sure, because, like I said, Red only sells artwork. No, that wasn't the right answer. I remember. I was like, wait, what? Why? It's like, he sells artwork. He doesn't sell furniture. And then I just remembered at that point.
He does.
He does. Because I think it's on the earlier Animal Crossings, isn't it? See, I have only played Animal Crossing from New Leaf to present day.
Back in, like, New Leaf, when he would show up with his tent, he'd always have artwork, but he'd always have, like, a statue or something with it, too, to sell.
Yeah. And I just remembered in New Horizons, too. I mean, this game predates New Horizons, obviously, so this question doesn't apply to that game. But in New Horizons, when Red does come around, he does sell artwork, but he sells a couple things on the side, and it's usually furniture, like chairs and stuff like that, so...
Or small knickknacks.
Yeah.
So yes, technically Red does sell furniture.
But I didn't know who the other character was. I don't play... I don't play non-localized games. Not to say they're not bad or anything. It's just like, I don't have access to them, so...
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to play a game. Like, I know for some people just can play games without having to worry about text very much, but I can't play a game if it's all in, like, Japanese text, because I don't read it. So it's just like, well, what does it say? I know there's a bunch of people that can. That just, and especially with speedrunners. Speedrunners are just like, oh, we're going to play this version of the game because it's faster. The text loads faster.
Well, they're speedrunner. They're not going to sit there and read the text anyway.
Yeah,
so
they're not going to read the text anyway, so I guess that's not a good analogy. Oh, look, we're going to unlock Rob.
Rob.
Robotic operating buddy.
I never had a Rob growing up.
I kind of wanted one. I did have a toy robot. It was what was it called? I can't remember. It was like the robot that played cassette tapes. And
I know which one you're talking about.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I just can't remember the name of it.
I can't remember the name of the dang thing either, but it was it's like a special robot buddy that you put cassettes in and they play the music for it.
Yeah. Did you ever have one, like, speaking of music and weird inventions, did you ever have one of those, like, dancing doll things that if it heard a certain kind of music, it would start dancing on its own?
No, I didn't.
One of my cousins had one, and kind of a little funny story. when I go stay with her, she'd always play music when we listen to, stuff we like boy bands and stuff like that, obviously. And she had one of those dolls. And we could not, for the life of us, get it to dance to anything we would listen to. Finally, my uncle came in, and he's like, "You guys still trying to get that thing to work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we can't get it to dance to anything." There's Rob, by the way.
Yay, you got Rob.
And he started playing a different kind of music, and then immediately started dancing. And we started laughing, and we're like, "So it just didn't like our boy band music, huh?"
Didn't like our boy band music. Didn't like our Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Shut up!
Boss Galaga.
Oh, this thing.
This is from the Galaga series. It's one of your ships that you use to shoot the invaders.
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders. No, not Space Invaders. Just Galaga.
You said invaders, and you're in space, so Space Invaders.
Technically, you're right.
I'm just joking.
But yeah, this. I'm really happy that Pac-Man brought Galaga with him because, well, Galaga and Pac-Man were kind of like two games that always occupied arcade cabinets. At least ones that I knew Pac-Man arcades came from. It was always a Pac-Man Galaga combo arcade cabinet. And Galaga is such a fun game, and I love it. I wish that, they brought in Pac-Man 99. Pac-Can. Pac-Man 99 didn't switch online.
Matthew, give me one of those Pac-Cans.
Pac-Cans. They brought Pac-Man 99 to switch online. Why can't they make Galaga 99?
Yeah. I wish I'd bring back Mario, though.
I wish they would bring back Mario 35. That was such a good, fun game. I don't know why they just discontinued it.
Because Mario's anniversary.
I know. Silly, though. Anyways, this spirit battle, this Boss Galaga ship will coming down and try to put you in its tractor beam, and then it'll fly off the screen and try to kill you. So you just gotta deal with them.
Just avoid them, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. And a bunch of Pac-Mans, because, well, Galaga is part of Pac-Man's life, too. He kind of goes in hand, just kind of like how Crash Bandicoot goes in hand with Spyro the Dragon, so...
Technically, yeah, but I don't like that theory.
Well, Crash 4, the first level, you see a Spyro inflatable tube in his pond. I love that. I was always more of a Spyro guy than a Crash guy myself, so...
Oh, yeah, Spyro's...
That's the game.
Spyro's the dragon, that's for sure.
That's the
Get it?
game. Spyro's the dragon? Yeah. That's the game I grew up with. I played Crash 2 growing up, too, but...
Speaking of which, if we can't get Sora in Smash, can we just get Spyro?
Spyro the dragon.
I'd be happy.
And I think that's... like I said, this isn't it because we forgot something else, but that won't be until the next episode. So we're kind of going...
Backtracking? Oh,
no! Backtrack. Because you'll see it when we finish this, that usually when you clear a dungeon, it's indicated that it's 100% done with a little star icon next to the dungeon entrance. And, well, when we came out here, it didn't have that. And I was like, what did we miss? Like I said, this whole map is freaking chaotic. So I don't know where we're going half the time. It's just ridiculous.
Follow the bright lights, I guess.
Yeah. So now we're going to just make the long trek back to the boss. And finally take on the boss level. Eventually we'll make it there.
You have to think, how many people had the same problem when they first played the game?
Yeah. This map is a mess. I know I said that, but it's just like, good gosh, it's like a conglomeration of just crap.
That's what happens when you throw stuff in space, don't you know?
That's what a black hole is. Duh.
It just ends up in Kirby's stomach. So that's the true being of this place. We're in Kirby's stomach, by the way.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I was hoping you'd roll with the joke.
How is Kirby existing inside his own stomach?
It's Kirby. He can do anything.
kind of reminds me of this cartoon where they were like, "How did you end up here?" I ate myself. How did you do that? I don't know. Cartoon logic.
For real, man.
I think we go into here and we finally maxed out, I think, the Chow.
I like the music from the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. The Chow was the one that leveled up the max. Everybody else is still trying to level up.
Tyranitar, come on, man!
I think maybe this is where we put Medusa in. So, like I said before, Medusa kind of carries us the rest of the game when we get the enhanced version.
It's a very good spirit.
It's a very good spirit.
Not that we use that many spirits much anyways. Besides Mr. Street Fighter guy.
M. Bison.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the Chow. I'm just like, Matthew.
Use the buttons.
Use the buttons. Use the white buttons to sort by enhanceable. There you go. Okay, so Chow evolves into Hero Chow.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, Hero Chow is one of the affiliations that your Chow can evolve into. You can either go light or dark. He can turn into a Hero Chow or a villain Chow or evil Chow. And that whole side game mechanic thing for Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 is so odd that it's so specifically complicated on how to raise your Chow. It's basically Sonic's version of Tamagotchis.
That's weird.
Yeah. Raising a Chow is fun, but it takes a lot of work to it. Anyways, we're gonna go fight the boss now.
Who is it?
I wonder who it is.
Who is it?
I wonder who it is. It couldn't be that we changed to Kirby for a reason.
It's Meta Knight again, isn't it?
Meta Knight, is that you? I'm on the roster, dummy.
You know, I can imagine actually him saying that to Kirby.
I'm on the roster, you dummy. And it's Marx.
Uh-oh.
It's Marx from Superstar. The final boss of Kirby Superstar is the boss in this game.
I hear a lot of people like Marx.
I like Marx too. I will never forgive him for what he did. I don't know why Kirby did.
That's why he's in Star Allies?
Yeah, that's why he's in Star Allies. I said, you'll never be my friend, Marx. You're evil. I don't like you.
So remind me again what he did.
Okay, so basically
he done did
in Superstar, the Sun and Moon were fighting, and Marx told Kirby about this all-powerful being called Nova, who can grant any wish if you activate him. Well, Kirby goes and does that, and before he makes his wish, Marx comes in, butts him out of the way, and says, "I want you to make me all-powerful so I can rule over Popstar." And he becomes his monster.
Okay.
Kirby has to fight him.
So making Kirby do all the work, and then he just gets the candy of it, huh?
Yeah, he just stole the Nova's power. And Kirby beats him, ends up destroying him and Nova in the process, causing the quilling between Sun and Moon to end. Huh. That's the story of Milky Way Wishes from Kirby Superstar. Personally, one of my favorite Kirby games. Superstar is amazing.
Because there's so many stories in one.
Yeah, but Marx is an interesting boss. He has very well telegraphed attacks. If he splits into two, please stay away from him, because when he does that, he turns into a giant black hole and he'll suck you in and do a lot of damage. He has a lot of weird, like, body horror things happening to him, too. It's kind of weird. Like, the eyeball drips and you know, giant, like,
well, he just held together by glue. I mean, can you blame the guy?
Yeah. Marx is a really cool antagonist for Kirby, and I love him. But I also hate him. Hate him so much for what he did. He lied.
That's no good.
And Kirby don't like liars.
You like Sonic's voice, and that's no good.
And that's no good. we'll fight Marx and finally beat him. Yeah, look at that. His eyes almost popped out. But we killed him. Here you go. And he just went back to regular Marx.
Hey, Kirby, you gotta go finish the job now, man. He's still there.
And we got the Marx spirit.
He's kind of cute.
Yeah, Marx is really cute looking when he's in his normal form. And in Star Allies, he actually is rolling around on that ball. It's funny.
I need to play Star Allies.
I think you should. It's a fun game.
I thought about streaming it, but I don't know for certain.
I still need to go back and... You know what? I'll go do that. I need to go back and play the... they added a special, like, update to it that I haven't played through yet. I might go do that tonight. There we go. We defeated the first dungeon out of the 3 in the Dark World.
I think we did the worst one first.
I think we did the worst one first. Because the other ones aren't as bad as this one. This one just took forever. Oh, I didn't like this one. This is probably my least favorite one. But it was just because it was just so convoluted. Like, I like the concept of the dungeon itself. Like, you go to the area and you have to answer a question by battling the spirit that you need to answer the question. But it's just so confusing to navigate.
Yeah.
Oh, lordy. It was just hard to see which pathways you go on. I don't know they're just PNG files on a world map that we walk around on, but like, it's just crazy. This whole area theme is weird. It's just flat out nothing but chaos.
Chaos control?
Chaos control, I guess. Or, you know, like that one game that was revealed at E3 this year. What was it? That Stranger's Paradise of Final Fantasy Origins.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'm here to kill chaos. It's just like, okay.
Did they ever fix the demo for that, by the way?
I think they did fix it. And people actually say it's a pretty decent game to play. But, yeah, it's kind of goofy when you really think about it. Like, the story looks like it's goofy. It's supposed to be retelling the first Final Fantasy game. A very, very weird rendition, or reboot of Final Fantasy 1.
I mean, hey, if it plays like Kingdom Hearts, I'm willing to play it, okay?
Yeah, it's an action RPG.
Then I'm willing to play it. Like, I don't really care for Final Fantasy that much. The only one I played that's like true Final Fantasy, take turn RPG style is 7. I do want to play 8 and 9 at some point for my own, but
because of PlayStation game, right?
Yeah, I just don't care for like the Nintendo ones as much.
It's
1
like
through 6,
5 and 4, 5 and 6 on Super Nintendo. 1, 2, and 3 are on NES.
Like, I'll play 7, 8, and 9. I'll even play 10. Because, you know.
Yeah.
I just don't think I could ever play the originals much.
That's understandable. But yeah, we finally leave. Finally got out of that silly dungeon. And I think if I go back here. And I think we take a look at the... Yeah, we go back to the center part of the map. And look up there, you'll notice... Hey, I don't have a star there. Why don't I have a star there?
We missed something.
We missed something in that dungeon. Yeah, we missed something. And at this point, I was just like, nah, I'm just going to wait until the next episode for this. I was so upset at this end of this recording session. And you were upset with it too, because we were just like...
I just want to... There it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
At the very top?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see, there's supposed to be a little star icon right there at the dungeon entrance. But it's not there. So we missed something in there.
Well, poop.
But yeah, when we start the next episode of Ultimate, we're going to go back to that dungeon, get that last thing, and then we're going to start on the right path. The right path leads to another dungeon. So we're
as bad.
Yeah, not as bad as this one. I promise you on that. So, the next episode, we're going to do just that. So, with that, we'll see you guys next episode of Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light. See you guys later.
Bye.